everybody. I'm going live. I know I was on my wife's live for a short period of time, but I am going on. I'm going live for a multitude of reasons. One, to straighten out some stuff. Two, to shut the liars up because they want to point out that we're lying. Yet I have not seen any lies or um, anything of that nature. Excuse me, my throat's a little itchy. So I basically came on here to basically try to straighten things out because there are too many people out there who want to make up stories and take what little they learn from videos and run with it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, sure. Hello, Mama Deb. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my Okay, here we go. Trying to get my other my tablet down so I can actually see you guys' comments. Um. Well, Mama Deb, I am actually doing fairly well. My let's just put it this way, because of all the things that I'm trying to juggle and deal with at the same time, my head sometimes gets a little, let's just say, claustrophobic, because there's so much information and things going on in my head. So I'm just kind of like trying to deal day by day what's going on. But today has been an interesting day, not because of the morning live chat that we talked about, and there are already people who watched that video and are slicing and dicing it up for their ill-gotten ways and trying to say that we're lying about stuff. You know, they can lie all they want. I don't care. I'm not letting them get to me, but I'm sure as hell gonna sit here and let them lie. Um, Gray says hi from. I'm gonna say that's supposed to be Texas, but it's misspelled, which I don't mind because who am I to correct somebody for misspelling? Because I, if it wasn't for spell check or spell correct or auto correct, whatever you're gonna call it, yeah, I'd probably have a lot of garbled, mixed up spellings. But I've had that issue all my life, so I am far from being a person to correct anybody. Well, from what I got, Mary, is they're basically saying that everything we talked about on our live this morning were basically lies. You know, and I'm like, fine. I don't care what they care. I don't care what they think about us anymore. It's just I'm tired of people taking our names and smearing it all over the web or all over the internet with lies that they're creating because they're taking itty bitty pieces of our life and dissecting it, like I said, for their ill gotten gain. But I think that's how they're getting their prescribers. Is a lot of the prescribers they've gotten so far, their names are very familiar from other websites that they're all lies. They're pure. I mean, pure lies. And if you don't tell them what they want to hear, they knock you off their website. And that's fine, Danny. I don't care about that either. What I care about is moving forward. Now, today, what I was going to do this morning. Hi, Hannah. What I was going to do this morning was a Bible discussion, but I got you know all these other different directions I'm trying to go at the same time, and unfortunately, the Bible discussion kind of gotten tossed to the side. Um, and I apologize for that. Excuse me. Let's see here. Hannah, what'd you say? Hi, Jim. Just popped in to say hi. Watching the Astros may pop back if you're still live when it's over. Hope things are going better for you. Well, Hannah, they are kind of going better. I just have to keep on reminding myself that these people who want to create falsehoods and whatnot in my name or my wife's name, or using our name and little itty bits and pieces of the actual video, um, that's fine and dandy. In fact, they remind me a lot of the bakery, um, and I don't care. It's like it's a joke now. It's becoming a joke. And because the fact that I speak my mind and speak my piece the way I choose to, they don't want me on their live or anything like that. So it's like, okay, fine. I'll just go do my own thing because, you know, why am I worried about what you're gonna say? Why am I gonna have to watch their channel when they don't want me to put my two cents in, my truth? Because they think they know everything about us. No, they don't. They have no idea. Um, yeah. So what if I flip flop? Life is not a straight line. You know, and things change from day to day. I can be happy as all get out and doing all those different things I wanted to do, and tomorrow comes around and I just feel like crap. So yeah. Well, Debbie, I can understand people wanting Jerry to push harder. She is. She has good days and she has her bad days, and yes, last couple appointments she had for her skin, her wound care and her oncology doctor, she wasn't feeling good enough to go. So she skipped. Now, if I had my druthers, or if I could get her to listen to me, she would have went to the doctors no matter how she felt, because what's the old saying? It's best to go to the doctor when you're feeling sick and not so great than going on a good day. Going on a day where you feel good. I mean, all right. It looks like I'm gonna have to. Grandma Smith, I know you're from their channel, and you know what? You guys are full of lies. So please, don't tell me there's no lies with you guys. So they're not simply listening to our videos. They're dissecting them and hearing what they want to hear. So I don't care. Um, Miss Koff, that's none of their business. I already answered that question on a different video, so I'm not even going to get into that again. Let's see here. Jerry did not make me apologize. I apologized on my own. If you guys are coming over here to take over my channel, you will be removed, because I don't need you guys here trying to tell me what's going on when I know exactly. Yep. I'm just going to sit here now and start removing people because you have not been listening to what I've been saying on my videos. So I'm just, you just, no. I can only do so much, Glenna, or Glenny, or whatever your name is. Um, I'm not her boss. She's the boss of herself. All I can do is tell her the reasons why she should be going and not calling out or anything like that. Uh, let's see here. No, she didn't accidentally. I mean, oh, I know what you're talking about now, Val. I know exactly what happened. I had told Jerry Ann after we got back from Colorado to remove my mom's credit card from her phone wallet, and she went to make an order through Amazon, and her card was the last thing that was used on Amazon because we bought something for mom. So I understand what you're saying. Okay, now I understand what you're talking about, Val. Yes, that was an accident, and we have rectified the situation since then. We took my mom's credit card off of Jerry Ann's phone, even though mom said it was okay to have it on her phone. It's just I did not want that to happen again. I did not want an accident like that happening again. So Val, I do apologize to you for misunderstanding what you guys were talking about until just now. Um, let's see here. You know, Granny, I did not see the vote. I just, I know what Jerry Ann's doing, and she's not. She's. I don't know where you guys think that she's doing stuff bad, or trying to do something behind my back, or under veiled eyes, or whatever. I know what's going on. I'm literally here 24/7. There's not much that gets past me nowadays. Um, and if she would have mentioned something or said something that was bad on this morning's live, I would have corrected it. Um, let's see here. Your rant was rogue. All right, you know what? I took that video off because I realized that. So let's just leave the video alone. It's done. It's over with. It's in the past. I don't go backwards. I go forward. So if you're gonna keep on trying to drag me backwards, I'm just gonna let you. I'm just gonna drop you. Um, I basically, Glenna. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that name. She canceled them because she wasn't feeling good. She was hurting. She just wasn't in the right headspace, but mostly because she was hurting, which I agree that she should have kept those appointments because um, that's the best time to go in to see a doctor is when you're hurting and in pain and just don't feel good. But like I said, I cannot force Jerry to do anything. I excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. I cannot force her to do anything. I can only make suggestions. I can only try to push her. But if she does not want to go, she's adamant about it. She's not gonna go. Um, let's see what's the other one. Gosh, it's like a bunch of grown women in here acting like, Tina, you're kind of right because like I said, I've said my piece about my video. I removed it. I did make my apology. If you didn't hear it, that's not my problem. Um, but if JPH and her group of people want to be a bunch of spoiled little preteens, let alone teenage girls gossiping over bullshit, I'm going to let them do it. They're digging their own hole to the man upstairs because they're gossiping. I'm not. I'm trying not to, anyhow. But let's see here. No, I am not responsible for Jerry Ann's actions. I'm responsible for myself and I'm responsible for her care. But if she decides that she doesn't want to go to see her doctor for whatever reason, that's on her. The cancer is real. The skin issues are still active and bothersome. Um, Timu order. Right. Well, if she said it was a Timu, that's fine. I thought it was an Amazon order. Um, I know we do Amazon orders for mom because she's not that tech savvy. Neither am I, but at least I try my best. Um, you said you. Oh yes, she needs to keep appointments, especially battling cancer. I know. Um, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the cancer appointments and whatnot, if I had the physical strength to get her out of bed or wherever she is and strap her into a wheelchair, and then put her butt in the van and drive her to the doctor's office, I would do that. She knows I'm here to drive her to the doctor's office or help her get to her appointments. But if she's gonna be like she's fighting it, there's not much I can do about it. Sometimes people's sensibility aren't suited to social media. Well, I'm going to tell you this, New England coast. I have triggers. And that particular day, I got triggered hardcore. It has nothing to do with social media. It has to do with how people trigger me. And beings, I don't want to put any stress on Mom or Jerry by going to them. I let it out on social media. The thing is that particular video should have stayed in my phone and not on social media. So, yeah. What am I drinking? I am actually drinking water mix-in. It is orange crush water mix-in. So it's just something to flavor my water so I can drink it without, I'm not a big fan of drinking straight up plain water. I have to have flavoring. I don't know why, it's just the way I am. Hey, Jane. It might be better to not react and not give people more to feed on. You know what, Jane? You're right about that. But like I said, when I get triggered, sometimes I just lose the part of me that doesn't let things out. I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now that sometimes I just can't keep in because it's like I'm excited for it. That's a good excitement, but then there are other things that I see or read that just it pisses me off to no end. Um, and I will be honest with you. Um, I don't know if any of these people that I've seen names on the other group are bouncing in between the two conversations. I really don't care. Um, if they want to watch this video, jump over there and say, "Oh yeah, Jim's talking about this." That's fine, Danny. That's their choice. That is gossip, and gossip is basically a biblical no-no. Let's see here. James, recently, why does Jerry have the energy and will to do things she wants but neglects going to the doctor? She is doing herself so much harm. I agree with you. Um, I have a feeling Jerry's in the same boat as I am. I'm really excited to get things done, get the purge, get the purge, get the cleaning done, and get a yard sale going, so we can use that money for our move to. Forgive me, folks. We lately have been debating between Raleigh Durham, Carolina, or Colorado. The plus for Raleigh Durham is Duke University, which is a learning medical system, and they have programs specifically for kidney cancer and her type of cancer, and they can treat her better. Now, Colorado does have their own. Colorado Springs does have a cancer treatment center, but it's all the different cancers, not just the individual ones. So the right now is kind of like, okay, Raleigh Durham has extremely high humidity, which is not good for people that have joint issues or anything like that, because the humidity actually causes the joints and whatnot to flare up, the pain to flare up. And so it's like, okay, do we want to deal with the pain, or do we want to deal with maybe prolonging her treatment? Because Duke could probably go in there and go, oh, yeah, this is what we need to do. Okay, we remove the cancer off the kidney, and the rest of your cancer should be healing in no time flat. Because that was my thing when I heard that she had kidney cancer. I was just like, well, just remove that kidney. She only needs one functioning kidney. Well, because she is diabetic, she technically needs two kidneys. And I'm like, well, I'm not diabetic. She can have one of mine. I'm an O positive donor, blood donor. Um, so but here in Missouri in Rolla, um, they don't think about those things, and a lot of times they kind of go, "Oh no, we really don't want to do that." And it's like, if it's going to heal her, why the not? Excuse my yeah, mouthing the words, but you know, that's that's my brain. That's my brain going, well, if it's just a kidney, why don't you just remove the kidney, clean out the system, and give her a new one? Take one of mine. I don't care. But you know, that's why we're like, um, so it's kind of like, would it be better to deal with the humidity and Duke, or the dry heat and Colorado Springs? Still, again, um, mom would prefer not to deal with the humidity or the joint problems, and neither do I. So it's mom's kind of like, I don't care where we live, as long as it's someplace warm. And I'm like, well, Carolina, it's somewhat like Rolla, but higher humidity. Let's see here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm like jumping through you guys' comments. Yeah, we all come to the breaking point. Yeah, I understand it's my channel, Mom and Deb, but I should not have gone off the way I went. It was just all around bad. So your joints hurt too, Glenna. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Where are you from, hun? Because that will help me understand what humidity you're dealing with. Is this cancer expected to take her life, or is it curable? That's the fun issue. Now, the doctors said yes, you have cancer in the kidney, and it went into her bones. It skipped her lungs, which means she has a longer expectancy because it didn't get to the lungs. Oh, Florida, yeah, Florida's got high humidity. Um, the thing is, they didn't say it was curable, but they didn't say it was fatal, because they could not get a like estimation on you know how much longer she has to live. They could not give us a true estimate of life expectancy or curability. They just said stage 4 cancer due to a polyp on the kidney, or a lump, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of like one of those. Yeah. So we're not sure exactly if she can be cured or not. That's one of the reasons why I want to move closer to an actual kidney cancer specialist hospital like Duke has their specialty on different cancers. And Duke has a facility that deals only with kidney cancer. Have you heard time? To be honest with you, Tina, I have not really had time to read any good books. I have been so caught up in getting everything situated for the move. So it's one of those kind of like, once we get the house cleaned up and purged, which unfortunately I've been dragging my feet because I am um, what they call a sensitive. Basically, I am sensitive to the environment around me. So if Jerry's in a bad mood, my mood's not going to be the greatest. If mom's in a bad mood, I'm not going to be in the greatest mood. If the weather is icky and gloomy and whatnot, I'm going to feel like just sleeping the day away. So I've been so focused on what's going on and trying to deal with everything at the same time, which is not exactly the greatest of ideas. Um, I am actually literally trying today, because Jerry's not in the greatest of feelings. I am trying today to do my own thing and try to get my own stuff done, in hopes that maybe. Because see, here's the funny thing. I don't like getting up early in the morning, but I have the most amount of energy, which I think most people have the most amount of energy once they wake up. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Let's see here. But stage four cancer is terminal, Jim. Yeah. Yes, I know. Stage four cancer is terminal. I did the research after I heard about it and went like, oh my gosh. The thing is, the doctors. I was in the room and the doctors explained this to us. The doctors gave us the estimation of stage four cancer, but they didn't say it was terminal. But at the same time, they didn't say it was curable. So it's kind of like, okay, stage four is supposed to be terminal, and depending on how bad stage four is, or what the cancer is, and how well the body works with the medication and the positivity of the sick person. And Jerry, for the most part, has got high spirits, but she gets her days where she feels down and out and glum. Everybody does. So it's one of these confusions because it's like, okay, it's stage four. What's the estimated period? Estimated time of life. How much life does she have left? Don't know. Doctors couldn't say. So it's one of those things where it's like I rely on the doctor to take care of it because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I am, you know, uh, these kind of illnesses and whatnot are foreign to me. So I'm just kind of like, I'm listening to the doctors and hoping for the best. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, do we go to Duke and hopefully she gets, it goes into remission, which it was for a while until we got back from our trip from Bermuda. And I think that's because Jerry was out in the sun too much and eating too many rich carb filled meals. But that's my personal opinion. Um, she does have the medication. She just does not have like she has certain medications that will work for her against the cancer, but they're not like any kind of radioactive isotope or heavy duty type of medication. Um, I right now it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I want her to go and see the doctors and do everything that she has to do to basically work against the cancer. Right now she's not, which really upsets me. So it's one of those things where I got to talk to her and probably knock some sense into her, not physically but verbally. Um, so let's see here. I know I missed a couple. It's already in her bones. Chan Chinook Chinook girl. When she was diagnosed with stage four cancer, they said it skipped her lungs and went to the bones. So we already know it's in her bones, which is not really good because if it's in her bones, that means it could be attacking her whole body through her bone marrow, which could make it hard for, well, it does make it hard for her to walk and a few other things like that. Um, and like I said, um, the doctors have never said terminal. They just said stage four, which is funny because when you do research on stage four, you see that it's terminal. It's just it's at that level or whatever it's low enough that they can fight it and get her into remission, or she can live a nice long life, or she can just ignore the doctors and not do what she should be doing, which is basically what's happening right now, which will shorten her life. So it's one of those like the medicine should be helping, doing um, the pill version of chemotherapy plus her immune therapy, but she doesn't want to go back because she's afraid that the new medication could cause the same thing as the old medication, which is opening up old wounds and skin that has not fully healed from her brace. So it it's one of those like I don't know what I mean well, that's the thing, Glenn. I read two different things. One said that if you get the right treatment and if it's not like deteriorating the bone, which is what's not happening right now, there's no deterioration in the bone anymore. Um, she still could get not really a full blown cure, but she can get like into remission. Like I said earlier, I personally think just remove the bad kidney, put in a good kidney, flush the system, and hopefully everything starts to heal itself. Um, Mom, well, we all had a little bit of breathing problems in the higher elevation. Um, Mom and Jerry had the most because they've never been at the high elevation. I did once. I think the last time I was in a high elevation was back in 2010. But Mom always has a morning cough. So when she first wakes up, she's coughing up, stuff that got into her lungs overnight. I'm actually surprised my mom does not have any haven't gotten any problems because of secondhand smoke. But that's a different story and whatnot. Um, I know, Glenn. They didn't. They haven't got. Every time we go and I talk to them, and they're like, "Well, because of the way her healing is, like she's got this like high healing fact, um, but because of the basically it does this, you know, one she'll go in for a week or two and she'll be fine and dandy. Then she'll go in after a week or two and things are elevated slightly because of who knows what. Um, doctors can't keep doctors can't figure it out, and it's just one of those like don't know. I've been listening to doctors. I've been reading reports, and it's like there is no simple explanation. So it's like okay, let's see here. Where else? Um, Shame on you for taking advantage. You know what? We don't take advantage of my mom. So, monkey brain, you're out of the line. You're out of line. Um, I am. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just not. I'm not dealing with these people no more. I'm done with the naysayers and people who have no idea what they're talking about. Um, oh well, I didn't know that. Chinook girl. I I wish it was that simple, but I guess it's not. Well, you know what, Chinook girl. Stage four term until the doctors give us like an estimated time of expectancy, like how long she has to live. I'm gonna say that it could go into remission. It could get cured. Um, it just you know I'm listening to the doctors. I'm sorry, folks. I am listening to the doctors. I'm not listening to my wife when it comes to this stuff, and I'm not listening to anybody else because, like I said, I've done the research once the doctors told me what it was, and there is a very slim but possibility of not a 100% cure, but she can go into remission, which is just about as right. Amy, no doctor has said anything about her deadline or anything like that. They did say the research I did says that there is a slim chance of her um, living a good 10, 15 years. It really depends on her diet, and how she takes care of herself. Um, she was diagnosed with cancer about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I think. I have to go look at the records, but I think it's been a good it's been a good year or more, year and a half. Um, so, and if the if the research is correct that I read, usually people with her cancer has at least a minimum of 5 years. So, hey, if that's the case, I will take the 5 years, and I will try to make her life the best it's been. You know, but I'm sticking with the doctors, and since the doctors have not given me an exact dateline or yeah, say goodbye to everybody. You've got a year and a half, anything like that. No, nobody said anything that to me, to either one of us on that level. So yeah, but all right, Chinook. I'm glad you have a long medical background. My mother, for 30 years or more, was a medical transcriptionist, so she had to deal with all these things. I have an aunt that was a nurse. I have another aunt that was a military WAF or nurse. So I'm listening to my family and the doctors. I'm not sorry if you've got a long background and whatnot, but I'm not taking to heart what you guys are saying when it comes to her cancer. Because one, I don't want it to stress me out, and two, it's up to a doctor. I'm leaving it up to an actual doctor. Um, it's one of the reasons why I want to get her closer to an actual kidney doctor, not someone who deals with all the different types of all the different types of cancer and want to diagnose one particular issue. I've already addressed that last comment there, Chinook girl. Let's see here. Okay, Val, there is no remission in stage four. Who told me that? A doctor, an actual doctor. Um, uh, well, they're not saying bone cancer, so let's go backwards here, folks. You guys are talking about bone cancer. The cancer is not in the bone. The cancer is in the one kidney, which is causing the tumors and breakdown of the bone, but it's not bone cancer. So no, it's not bone cancer. It's kidney cancer. Let's stay with that. Because I never said bone cancer. I said kidney cancer with bone issues. Um, at least that's what I believe I said. But I know it's not bone cancer. It's kidney cancer. That's why I said if they took her kidney out and replaced my kidney or one of my kidneys with her, she'll be fine. It should flush it out. But I am not a doctor. I'm, you know, you know. So yeah, we're talking about kidney cancer. Bone cancer is just the result, and and again, it's not bone cancer. It's kidney cancer with bone deterioration. That's what the doctor said to me. Let's see here. Jim, just because the doctor hasn't said word terminal I know stage four cancer is terminal. I've read enough results and whatnot. Right now, she's not. She has been, and I don't know why she's not trying to do it now. And if she's trying to hold off for the move and whatnot, I wish she wouldn't, because I'm pretty sure they can move her care to a different location. Um, she's not giving up, Betty. She is nowhere near giving up. She is fighting this to the very end. All right. One more person mentions to me no cure when a doctor hasn't said otherwise. I'm putting you in timeout, and I don't care if you have medical background. I already told you I'm listening to my doctors, not other people. I don't care what you're. I don't care if you're a freaking general in medical surgery for the army. If you're not my doctor, if you're not my wife's doctor, you really don't have anything to say about this. Um, you know, Tina, I'm starting to think the very same thing because they're not listening to me. They're making up their own bone cancer thing. When I didn't say bone cancer, I said she has, you know, um, areas on various different bones that have either been decalcifying. Actually, she had a whole lot more um, signs on her bones that they were softening in places, but then things started reversing even after chemo, and they were recalcifying. So she has less lumps or signs or whatnot on her bone than anything else. And the last time we went to see the doctor basically said that the polyp or the cancer cell on her kidney was um, it wasn't big enough to really be like overly concerned where she had to go and do radiation and all that stuff now, but they wanted to watch it because if it got above 25%, then they would, you know, really get on Jerry, and so would I, about going and getting treatment. No, I think she's referring more to Chinook girl who wants to basically act like she is Jerry Ann's doctor, just because she has a medical background. Um, no, it did miss the lungs. It went from kidney to bone and never touched the lungs. So she has no issue whatsoever in her lungs at all. She has tumors in her shoulders and legs. Her bones. That's how her leg broke. Yes, that was because the tumor in her knee area. The tumor literally ate 90% of the bone, and they had to remove that soft tissue and pack it with surgical cement, a metal plate, two metal rods, and a couple metal pins. So yeah, but her shoulders are actually getting better. They're calcifying. Um, Other spots on her legs are calcifying. The one that we're kind of worried about is lower rib area. So she can't lie on that side that much, otherwise it hurts like a son of a gun. Um, they're trying to get you to say things that you may not be sure of. Yeah, Tina, they are, and I might have, but I've been sticking to my guns to knowing what illnesses that Jerry has to deal with. Let's see here. How is OT stage 4 when that is going from kidney to bone? It has to be cancer in other places from the kidney to be stage 4. Yes, but the thing is, they're not calling the leg issues, the bone issues, cancer. They're calling it a reaction to the kidney cancer. So yeah, you can have stage 4 cancer and be in one location. It can be eating up your bones or your kidney or getting into the lungs, but they're not saying bone cancer. They're saying kidney cancer. They're not even talking about bone cancer. The whole thing with the bones is because let's see if I can explain it the way the doctor did. The doctor basically said because it's in the kidneys are what basically cleans your bloodstream. So if your bloodstream is not totally clean, it can affect other areas without being cancerous. That's why they're healing so much. Um, I did not hear that. I heard that it had to be 25% before they started to get overly concerned. And the last time we went, it was 24%, not 25. Um, James, James, you are confusing me. What went to the bone then? Okay, let's see if I can get this out the way it was explained by the doctor. Okay, the doctor said it started in the kidney, and then because it was in the kidney, which controls the basic cleansing of your blood goes through the bone marrow. Now, once it got into the bone marrow, it caused the bone itself to start to soften and decalcify. Now, what makes your bone strong is the calcification because of calcium going through your bloodstream. Because the one kidney is got the cancer and the other kidney is fighting basically practically by itself. Well, actually, no, not really. I mean, the one good kidney is 100%. The one bad kidney is like 80% capable of cleaning out impurities in the blood. If it cannot fully clean out impurities, the impurities get into your bloodline and then can go to other parts of your body. It skipped her lungs and went straight for the bone. That's how it was explained to me. um, Anything more than that, I don't know because let's just say it's been a long while since that explanation was given to me from the doctor. Right now, the doctor and Jerry are trying to basically make Jerry's life more comfortable and less painful, which unfortunately I think um, no matter what happens, it's going to be it's going to be Jerry's final decision because if Jerry Ann doesn't want to listen to the doctor and go get her treatments and whatnot, her progression to the grave is going to speed up, which I don't like thinking about and I usually don't like talking about, but it's something that I have to deal with on a regular because that is now our life. Um, let's see here. You just said it went from kidney to her bones. Yes, but they're not calling the bone issue cancer. It's the kidney that they're calling cancerous. Um, I know she. Well, I don't know if she can live on one because she's got diabetes. So, and it's not diabetes where she has to give her injections. It's just diabetes where she has to watch her diet and maintain certain sugar levels. And basically, that she can do with just food. Um, Amy, I don't know what you're talking about when you said misinformation. And since it looks like you might have disappeared, that won't get answered. Uh, can you show me your. Well, that's one way, but it won't matter to me if she shows it because, like I said, I don't care. I'm listening to my doctors, not somebody on the internet. You know, not somebody that I haven't read documentation or paperwork on certification and what she used to do as a medical professional. Because if she was not a cancer doctor, it won't matter to me. Because I mean, I can sit here and say, hey, reason why I don't need to work is I'm a millionaire. I won the Missouri Lotto. That right there is a lie. I'll tell you right off the bat. I just lied. But if I didn't say I lied, you wouldn't know unless you looked it up. So anyhow, did you say it started with a polyp outside the kidney? Yes, it was on the kidney, some sort of polyp or whatnot that they discovered and found out after a biopsy that it was cancer. Um, so yeah, kidney cancer that metastasizes to her bones. Yes. Now you're right there. Stuck in 60s. I guess that's what it's supposed to mean. That's what the doctor basically said to us. That the kidney cancer metastasized in the bone or to the bone, skipping the lung. Well, Chinook girl, you're right that you don't have to show us anything, but I'm gonna be realistic. If I don't know you from Adam, you telling me that you have medical background doesn't mean squat to me. So yeah, that's what I figured someone like that was gonna say. Have Jerry show you. Guess what? She has. It's in one of her older videos. So yeah. Um, maybe she just wants to live the rest of her life out chemo free. Well, we thought about that, but that would mean that she's given up the fight, and I know she hasn't given up the fight yet. She just recently, and I think it's because she's been off her treatments, she's been getting more and more lethargic and don't have enough energy to just sit there and tell people what she wants done with whatever items that I show her for keep or yard sale. So, which for me is fine by me because let's see here. Yeah, that's how they discovered. She was having some pains and whatnot. Went to the doctor and they showed her. Well, they gave her like an X-ray and I MRI, and they saw this mass basically on her kidney, and then basically her next appointment was to do biopsy and go in and have a doctor put a pair of medical devices in her body and scrape off some of the polyp, and then after testing it, they basically found out it was kidney or cancer. um, let's see here, Tina. That's just it. They don't need to show. Yeah. Well, Tina, they're right. It's really none of our business. But because of all the things that has happened to me and Jerry with wanting us to show documentation and all this bullshit, um, I've gotten to the point where I'm not going to take anybody's word on the internet unless they give me a rhyme or reason to. I mean, I'll let people. I mean, I let people talk. I let people have their say. But when it comes down to oh, I have a medical background. I know what I'm talking about. Well, I don't care about your name. I just want to see some sort of documentation saying that you are a cancer specialist, specifically a kidney cancer specialist. Other than that, I don't care. Let's see here. Be reported. Yeah, I know. That's why I did not ask for um, specifics. I just wanted to know what kind of medical profession she's in. Um, she's smart by not showing it, but at the same time, sitting here and hey, Marguerite, sitting here and going, I'm a medical professional. I'm a medical professional. I don't care what kind of medical profession you are. If you're not a kidney professional, kidney cancer professional, I really don't care because you could be telling me you have medical background, but your medical background could be pediatrics. That has nothing to do with cancer, let alone kidney cancer. Um, I'm not pressing that. If I get to move before my birthday, yay. If not, the way things are looking right now, probably not, unless somehow mom and I. Well, the plans are to do certain things that I'm not going to talk about. And if we go through those plans, Mom and I could probably move up there by my birthday. But at this point in time, because the people that we're going to, the people we're dealing with, want to wait until at least January for their income tax. So I'm like, okay, sure. So, where was I? I got distracted. I'm sorry, folks. I've been going to her appointments. So I've been in most of her appointments. Lately, most of her appointments have been like the eye doctor or the wound care treat. Yeah, the wound care specialist. And there's no real change there. It's just like, oh yeah, we just got to do this, this, and this, and let nature take its course and heal. Or I have to go with her to our eye doctor because she gets shots into her eyes because of some sort of deterioration of the optical nerve or something like that. So I have to drive home. Yeah. And I really don't like sitting in the office when the doctor's got a needle in my wife's eye. Just kind of like, no, no, no. Um, let's see here. Everyone running here and there to be the first one to prove their point, and then what? Move on to the next person, um, and harass them. Well, yeah, they can go harass somebody else. I, I'm sorry. I'm getting to the point where it's like these people who want to sit there and try to prove a point when there's no point to be proven is just like redundant. Um, but let's see here. Glenn says, or Glenna says, James, I apologize for asking questions. I don't like to assume things and just want to understand. So not sure if Tina is referring to me or not. I don't think she is. I think she's referring back to that Chinook girl who wanted to sit there and go, um, you know, I'm a medical profession and not want to say what kind of medical profession. She just, medical history. That's what it was. Okay, medical history. What kind of history? Are you saying that? Are you a doctor or are you a patient? Because if you're a patient, I don't care. If you're a doctor, let me know what kind of doctor. Like maybe you're a cancer profession, or maybe even your kidney profession, but you don't want to say exactly what profession you are, what your medical history is. She could have been some sort of psycho. She could have been like me, spent way too much time in a psych ward for medical issues. Mine were manic depression, but anyhow, uh, yeah, Tina, I didn't think it was towards her. Hello, redheaded storm. I haven't seen you in a while. Um, okay, she's been reported. Why, Kate? Why was Marnie reported? Or are you trying to tell Marnie that you reported Chinook girl? Um, yes, macular degeneration. Thank you, Glenna. Um, Basically, we had a girl in here who was trying to force that she has medical history, but did not want to confirm what kind of medical history. Um, for Jenna Apple, um, I'm not sure who she is, Marguerite, but yes, she'll be put on my list. I do have a prayer list for a lot of people that some of them I found here on the net, some of them are friends and family. So yeah, I do keep a running list. Yeah, I know, because there's been too many people who have like suggested that they have medical profession, yet they don't want to clarify what kind of profession, And her whole thing was like, I've got medical history. I've got medical history too. Doesn't mean I worked in the medical field. It just means I've got a nice portfolio of all the medical history I have. You know, I don't know, but I left the lid off. But I just, you know, like I said earlier, I can sit here and tell you all kinds of stuff. What is true and what is not true is left on me because I'm the one saying it. But when somebody asks me to prove it and I can't prove it, then there's like, okay, is he speaking truly or is he, speaking out of his butt? And that's why I don't like it when people want to come on here and go, I've got this, I've got that, I can tell you right from wrong, and blah 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 blah. And in the meantime, I'm sitting here going, is this real information or is this fake information? Give me something to make me go, oh yeah, okay. Don't just sit there and keep on repeating it. I have background in medical history. I'm pretty sure if I can get my hands on all my medical history from the day I was born to the last medical visit, would be like this thick because when you're born into the military, they record everything. The age of 14 years old, I was under U.S. medical. Basically my father being in the Air Force, I had U.S. medical reports, and they don't just sit there and check off comments. They sit there and go, next page, okay, next page. No, I don't want to. I don't want to receive a medical file that weighs a quarter ton. Um, but Florida, Joyzy. I'm sorry, Mandy or Amanda, however you pronounce your name. Every time I think of Jersey, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the state that grows all the plutonium and not vegetables. But that's an inside joke between my wife, who's from New York, and people who live in Jersey. But you know, I had a friend who was from New Jersey, and he used to joke about, "Oh yeah, we don't grow vegetables. We grow glowing, carrots and cabbage, and our fertilizer is mixed in with plutonium." No, thank you. So that's kind of an inside joke. If you're from Jersey, you might get it, you might not, and just like Jersey and New York can argue about. Oh, you're from the New York, New York City. Yeah, they've got a Western New York City in Jersey, I think. But the biggest argument with Jersey and New York is, I think, baseball teams. But you know, oh, so she's in the same boat as Jerry, but she's got lung cancer, not kidney cancer. Oof, that's even harder because um, you have difficulty breathing, so you're hooked up to a the equivalency of an iron lung. You got a machine that's breathing for you, which I guess could be good. Then you can use your brain for other things besides remembering to breathe. Uh, sorry, um, I'm getting into one of those moods where I'm dad jokes, really bad dad jokes, are popping in my head about things, and cancer is not something to joke about, but here in our house, we don't look at it as a bad thing. We kind of joke about it because it's like I joke about it because of Jerry and her cancer brain fog, and yes, some of her medication does cause brain fog. I never knew that until I read something and went, oh shit, it's real. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but Mary, I don't know what all those letters are, and I don't want you to translate. I know what RN is, but BSN. Um, okay. When I saw BSN, my brain automatically went bullshit naturally. Okay, um, but yeah, I am fully aware of Julian's illness. I've got um, the films and all the lab reports and the conversations with the doctors, and yeah, I didn't for a while, not to go, not going with her for a while because in the beginning I was just like, no, bachelor's degree in nursing. Okay, okay, okay. Um, but yeah, in the beginning I didn't really like going to the doctor's office with her because it was just I didn't know how to take it. I was basically my mind got filled with a lot of like um, reminders of when my dad was passing away, and granted I wasn't around at the time. I was actually in Ohio, and then went to Missouri to visit family until I got the call telling me to come. That doctors had suggested that all the family be brought into town because they didn't know how much longer my father had left in him. But he he died peacefully in his sleep, and my thing was just excuse me. My biggest thing is I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with the knowing of what was going on. But then between family and friends, I was told that you need to be well aware of what's going on so you know how to deal with it when it comes to that time. And I was like, okay, I will go to the doctor with her, but I didn't want to hear time, how much time she had left with us or anything like that. I just wanted to know what was going on with the cancer and the process and the treatments and all that. And that's when I went, okay, I have no choice. Well, I did have a choice, but it was like one of those. I cannot be put in the dark or left in the dark like I was with my father and then my cousin years and years. Well, I say my cousin about 10 years ago, maybe longer. But you know, I just yeah. So I'm well aware of what's going on. I am actually trying my well. Let's just put it this way: when Lisa was living with us, Lisa made sure that she was going to the doctor's appointment, and she was going to her doctor's appointment. But now that Lisa's not here, and Lisa was more of a movable force. I mean, Lisa could literally move Jerry, whether Jerry liked it or not, because she knew Jerry a lot longer than I did and knew when to, poke her just right. Now I have the home health care person, myself, and mom, and say, mom's trying to stay neutral because she feels it's something between me and Jerry, which I love about mom, but sometimes I'm like, Ma, I, I need assistance here. Um, but we are working on it. This week I have to look at. This week she's got at least two or three different appointments to do with the cancer. Well, two of them to do with the cancer, and one of them to do with something else. Can't remember what it was. But I don't care how she feels this week. When it comes to the day that she has to go for her treatment, I don't care if I have to call the ambulance or somebody to help me get her into the doctor's office. Because I just can't let her lay back and do whatever anymore. I mean, yes, she's got a lot on her plate like I do because of this whole moving situation. But at the same time, her medical appointments are much more important than than anything else at this point in time. So I'm like, no, 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 no. You've got to go. No ifs, ands, or buts anymore. Um, let's see here. I haven't seen you lately. Last I saw you were moving to Colorado. Is that still happening? Uh, well, Mandy, let's just put it this way. The move is still on. Right now it's juggling her idea to, and I'll explain here in a second. She found out that in North Carolina, where Duke University is, kidney specialist center and hospital. So we were looking into that because she mentioned it, and I just kind of went, and then she explained to me why, and I looked at the information for North Carolina and saw the humidity index that particular day, which was like 3 days ago. The humidity index was 87%, and I went, hell no! I don't want to walk out of my house and feel like I just stepped into a sauna fully clothed. So it's one of those um, we're looking in Colorado, hoping that I think she found in Colorado Springs a medical group or a medical facility that deals with cancer, but not specifically kidney. They do all the different cancers, which I'm kind of like. So the debate right now is we are looking at Colorado still, but the debate, which is mostly on my shoulders, is do we go to Durham, North Carolina, which is where Duke University is, or do we go to Colorado and either move closer to Colorado Springs or even further north because Denver has really good quality cancer facilities. So it's kind of like, well, mom don't want to move that far north because of the cold, and I don't. Okay, good. It didn't interrupt that much. She's probably trying to call me saying, "Hey, it's over now," or "Where you been?" So I am going to get ready to close this down. So it's either going to um, North Carolina for the benefit of Durham and Duke, even though me and mom will probably be aching all summer long because the humidities really get to our joints. Or we're just going to go to Colorado and hope for the best from the cancer up there. So I am, um, hold on, I'm sorry. I am the one who's basically in charge of that. Um, so I am. How do I put it? Oh, my battery's almost dead too. Um, I'm the one who's basically in charge of that decision, which is kind of hard for me because you know, yeah. Well, that's one of the things we're gonna have to talk to about elevation is her doctor. Going to have to ask him what he thinks of moving to a higher elevation and a cancer facility in Colorado Springs. I mean, they got plenty of hospitals in Pueblo, but none of them deal with cancer, which I kind of figured because small town like Pueblo wouldn't have that kind of facility. But you know, the thing is, it's if we live in Canyon City, which we've been looking at because they got a lot of land. It's um, how do I put it? Um, Well, anyhow, it doesn't matter. Oh shoot, I just heard Jerry. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I really like I mean, you guys were really great. Kind of a rocky start because of the variety of people we had. But I'm gonna get off because I have been on here for an hour, and I have a feeling Jerry tried to text me because um, she was needing help getting out of bed or something like that. But anyhow, um, I hope you guys enjoyed this nice chat. Um, I was hoping for thumbs up and whatnot, but I ain't worried about it. This wasn't for the recognition of myself. It was just I want to get some stuff off my shoulders. But yes, I will keep you guys updated with decisions on moving and what's been going on around here. Um, I didn't do my Sunday Bible thing. I would probably try to do it tomorrow morning if I can. We'll see. Don't know. Never can tell. But you guys have a good evening. I'll see you on the flip side, I guess. So you guys have a good week. Until tomorrow. See you guys later. Bye.